Alrighty guys, I went in and took a nap, feel a little bit better. So I come back out here and spent 25 minutes or so and threw the rest of this together. So for those that haven't watched the other videos or whatever, this is one of them Farmer Tech kit saws that you can put together yourself, and I seed in an OEM crankshaft, flywheel, coil, cylinder. It's got a Meteor piston caber ring in it. All the internal chain brake stuff is OEM. It's got a Walbro carburetor, at least it says Walbro. I don't know if it's a real Walbro or not. Trying to think what else. I'm going to be probably putting a big bore in this. Not 100% sure yet. I know there's a big bore on the way. If I really like this saw, we might leave this one together and might pick up another kit saw and then turn that into a big bore. But then I'd want to have to hunt down another OEM crankshaft. The compression release that's in it's OEM as well. And I did all this. There's no port work done to it, no muffler mod. This is as stock as I can get, and as close to a real OEM as I can get. Everything that makes power, or that would be related to it, I mean, flywheel, the coil, the crankshaft, the cylinders, all OEM. So this should be as close to the real McCoy as possible for power. I didn't do any mods to it because I needed a test mule to see what the difference. I did fire it up. The used OEM oil pump is working, so that makes me feel good. I did have to switch out the stop switch. The stop switch did not want to shut it back off when I first fired it up. It's not tuned by any means at all, but I wanted to give you guys a bench run on it. It should fire right back up. And the off switch I put in, it's working, so that's great. I haven't put this tag on, it's just a blank black tag yet. I was debating on whether or not to steal the ID tag off the other saw. I'm trying to think on how I want to do this. I don't know if I want to buy all the stickers that are missing, because I could buy all the Husqvarna stickers right through the Husqvarna place and make this thing look like the real McCoy and throw that ID tag on there. The thing that scares me of doing that, though, is if I ever send this down the road, whatever happens later on, someone else could pawn it off as an OEM one, and it's got a lot of OEM parts in it, but it's not OEM. I don't like to do that. In the past, whenever I've built a clone, and then when I've sold the clone or whatever, even though it looks like the real McCoy, I make sure that whoever's buying it knows that they're getting a clone. However, though, I built the 660 once that I used OEM flywheel, crankshaft, coil, and all that stuff in, and that saw is still going today, and I built that quite a few years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and that saw is still going today. But all I used was the clone outer parts and used all OEM stuff. I took a bad shape clapped out logging saw and put put the OEM crankshaft and flywheel and all that, you know, the cylinder, all that, and built pretty much, and I didn't even port that one, I don't think. Built pretty much just a freshened up look 660, and that thing's been going great for the guy that's got it. So I would imagine this thing would be, being OEM cylinder, all this stuff, this would probably be an absolute great work saw, but we're going to use it for a test mule. I might reach out to Bodie, the Novice Lumberjack there. I think he's got a sticker making machine. Maybe I can work something out with Bodie and have some look-alike stickers made up, but have them say something totally different. Like the same colorations as the Husqvarna. Do I gotta? Yeah, because I think some of them have a Husqvarna sticker here. They have one here. I mean, I have a OEM X-Torque rewind here, but then there's stickers here. So maybe I could reach out to Bodie and we can call this thing something else, but do the same colorations as the same factory colors, but I don't know. You could put some sort of goofy logo here, and then I don't know, maybe my last name or something there, and then whatever the CC of the saw will be, whatever it is when I big bore it, and then you could do some sort of funny emblems in here if you wanted to. I don't know. I'll reach out to him. He might not be interested in something like that, but depending on the cost too. But I don't know. It'd look kind of cool with some sort of stickers on it. I mean, at worst, I could run down to the Husky place and buy all the stickers for it. But I really, if I knew 100% 5 years from now that I'd still have this saw, I would do it just so it looked like the real thing. But I don't know. God, I'd hate for someone to, you know, in the future buy this thing thinking that they were getting the real McCoy, and it's not. You guys know what I mean? So, I don't know. But I want some sort of stickers on there. I don't know. Maybe we can put Farmer Tech 372 or something on it. I don't know. I don't like the way the stickers look on that white one, so I wouldn't want them. But it'd be kind of cool to have some sort of funny saying, you know, for the warnings and stuff. But all in all, I think this thing turned out to be a pretty nice saw. So I'll have to tune the carburetor, get a test run on it. It'll be nice to see how it stacks up against this one. I'm just judging by how that feels in the hands. I'm pretty sure this saw will take it. Pretty sure that, but how bad I don't know. It's got good compression, but it's nothing like this thing's got. When I put a gauge on it, checked, it's like 210 psi. Between 210 and 215, my gauge drifts down. I don't use my gauge very often. Typically, I don't worry about what the compression is. You know, because I got to pull, and got to look at the gauge real quick and see where it's, you know, because my gauge will drop down. So, yeah, when it was new, I used to be able to just pull it over and then pick it up and come back 20 minutes later, and it might have changed a pound or something. But if you don't catch it right off the get-go, it drifts pretty quick. But so now I've got two 372s, and want to get some testing done. One thing I can tell you guys, throw the screwdriver around, I guess I'll show you that on these. The rubber pieces that I put in this thing is unreal how I mean, it flops around. This is nice and tight. This, well, this back piece that holds the filter is OEM. And I think the piece of rubber I put in there is OEM as well. But this is how they should be. This is, I mean, this is, that's straight up ridiculous. And when this thing's running, it's bebopping all around, and it is very, very hard to get on your carb screws. I don't have a problem getting on the, or as much as problem getting on the carb screws on this one, but this is how they should be. And another thing to note, I had to modify the cable on this one to get full throttle. Everything on this one worked flawlessly, just like it's supposed to. It gets full throttle. I had to do no modifications at all on that, and that is the aftermarket throttle cable and trigger assembly. This one, this feels so smooth, and this feels, other than, it's been so long since I've had a, well, I got an OEM tank over here, I guess I can compare the differences too. This one's pretty grubby. I almost used this tank, but the tank vent's all screwed up in it. Yeah, the trigger on this is much more, this is more squared off. This feels, the OEM one feels much better on the finger than this one. But the smoothness of this feels just like this, other than this trigger is more blocky. And I guess if I was more enthusiastic, I would steal these levers out of this and put into this handle, but I'm not that worried about it. It'll probably wear in, and there's a nice casting line that catches your finger. This one has a smoother trigger than this one, but this one, the trigger feels different, a little stiffer too, whereas this one feels more normal. But how will this all hold up? I don't know. The plating is harder than the hubs of heck in this thing. It's been a while since I grounded on Husqvarna plating, so I don't know. But this cylinder, I've not ground on this cylinder. This bone stock OEM cylinder, bone stock crankshaft, bone stock, all, you know, this should be an excellent saw for a work saw. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was so hard for me to put this together without touching a grinder to the cylinder, but I really needed a test mule, so I suffered through it and put it together. I might take my flap wheel, and there's a sharp, I don't know if I can get you on camera or not, there's a sharp parting line where this was molded together that's kind of harsh on the finger. I'll probably take my flap wheel and sandpaper and smooth that up so I don't feel it, and then it'll probably feel just fine. But yeah, so this, I'm gonna have to look around. I don't have any more. I'd like to change the rubbers out to fix. I mean, that's just, to me, that's just straight up. That's straight up. All that slop and flex and bouncing around. Much nicer. Much nicer. So. Huge difference there, but I don't know, I might just steal that carbon fiber side and this top piece on there maybe. How does this one look with? I don't look very good on that one, does it? I still don't know about the white color on this thing. Just seeing a 372 white don't look great to me. This looks really good to me. So yeah, so there it is, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get out maybe this weekend. I will have to sharpen up 3 or 4 chains. I'll throw 24s on them all, and we'll take this Neotech out there too, and we'll do a testing of the 70cc clones, because I don't have any other clones for 72cc's. This is what I've got right here. I used to have a couple 440 clones, but I sent them down the road. But yeah, I'll do some testing. Just from what I can feel with what I've played around here, this one's probably going to have the most torque. This one's probably going to run at the back of the pack. And for straight up speed cutting, this one's probably going to take it. But this has a shorter stroke than this. So, but this has a bigger bore. This is big bore, short stroke, small bore, long stroke. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think of the fresh built one there. And like I said, I probably will be putting that big bore kit in this once it comes along. So we did hit the 2,000 subs, so thank you guys very much. I'm going to keep trying to put out content for you. And holy cow, I've rambled on here for over 15 minutes now, so I will let you guys go. Sorry to take up all your time. You guys take it easy. Have a good one and enjoy.